Yeah, look, I'm just saying. Look, I'm just saying. Last time we called the cops, you know that kind of.
Like, you know, we're not calling your friends anymore. Let's call her friends.
They both wound up dead.
All my friends are dead.
Are they?
Dead.
All my friends are dead.
All my friends are dead. All my friends are dead. We got kicked in the head. So we all kind of bunked up, had air mattresses, and I had one next to Julio, and that was a lot of fun. We basically fell asleep, you know, talking trash to each other every night, getting into character. It was kind of like the movie Step Brothers at times. So that was a lot of fun. And then David in the other room, he was kind of the parent in the situation, the AD. So it all worked out. I think we all had a great time.
My favorite part of any movie is just getting to know the crew, and just getting to know the people, and just like sort of building that family over the course of a week or 2 weeks or however long the shoot is. And, you know, you show up on the first day, and you know a couple people, you know the director, and then you don't really know some of the other people, and then by the end of the shoot, they're all your friends, and that's always the most fun thing about filmmaking for me.
I was like, what's a doll?
Hey, we're gonna turn the documentary into The Office style. So whenever you're annoyed, just look.
Yeah, look at the camera and say sitting.
Yeah, I like, my favorite thing about shoot, like just about any shoot in general, is just getting to know new people and, you know, especially when you're all living in the same house for like a week and a half. It's always like you get a new family. Everybody's like very easy to be around and just easy to get along with. So
There's always something going on. I mean, whether there's music playing or a catchphrase or jumping off roofs onto trampolines. I mean, there's always something to do here at the Tinkler house. So.
I've been on projects like that before where, you know, and I think like, especially with a feature, the more kind of ingrained you get with the group, the better, because it kind of adds to the experience. So it was good to feel like, you know, a tight-knit little family. You know, we were all sleeping inches away from each other for 9 days, so there was certainly more of a bond than you would find on most feature sets. You know what I mean? Like, because I mean, I slept in a room with Cory and Julio and Evie, and so, you know, we would talk at night. We were always around each other, so it was more of an early familiarity, so I feel like we gained some trust and kind of some bond pretty quickly.
And I mean, it's tough. Like, everybody lived here. That's insane. Like, I mean, it's exactly what we needed. I think everything that we did was the right plan for what we had. But, you know, of course, I wish we had $1 million and could put everybody in a hotel. I mean, we would have kept our house. I would have, you know, still been able to hang out with my dog. Like, all those things. People would have not felt so gross in the morning and sluggish and whatever. It made me feel like I couldn't ever relax. Like, I was always hosting, I guess. But honestly, that was kind of it. It sucked having no room. Like, even in our bedroom, it was just a clusterfuck. It was terrible. The whole house. And I think, I don't think anybody knew what to expect about it. So, like, there were lines that nobody knew what to cross, like what should be cleaned up or what was our responsibility and like that kind of thing. And we just felt like we were just struggling to hang on.
But it's going to be tough to be able to get people back and stuff by then. And I'm kind of broke right now.
Okay. I don't think there was a better way to do it. Like, I wrote the movie to this house, because it's, I mean, in terms of, you know, production value, it's just insane. If they shot this in Hollywood and built this as a set, this would be a $2 million budget already, you know. So I wouldn't trade it for the world, but it did make other things kind of difficult, and it made it hard to be able to even sleep in on those like 12-hour turnarounds. It was still like we were getting 6 hours of sleep tops. Sometimes I slept like 3 hours a night. So yeah. There were things that we kind of like didn't think about ahead of time, just being frustrating. Like, okay, so we shoot until 5 o'clock in the morning and we're exhausted already. We barely get any sleep. We wake up and next thing I have to do is I have to like go get bottled water or food or something. We have to pack up all of their air mattresses that are left on the floor. Then I have to go mow the lawn because it's got to match for continuity. Got to take out trash, like all these regular things in the midst of trying to do the film stuff, you know? So that was probably, it was taxing if nothing else. I wish I could have had like the foresight to be a little more positive on set. I mean, everybody, luckily, like, some people get frustrated with me, not many, but like my sister always tells me, like, you gotta be more positive, you gotta just enjoy this. And it's hard to do that when you're like also the executive producer. But for everybody else, I wish I could have. I know that people like excuse it because they know how hard I'm working and that I'm spending my money, and I just try to be nice. You know, I may be bitching over here, but I'm not gonna come and bitch at you. I might be like, man, I'm so stressed, but I won't be like, hey man, fuck you, do better. Like, that's not how I am on set. So I think it all kind of works out. But I do wish that I could have been more of like a cheerleader. I really appreciated the last shot of the entire shoot because we had gotten rained out the previous Sunday. We knew for a fact that we were not going to get everything we needed. We already had to like go and prioritize stuff. And one of the things we knew we needed was the effects shot with the cop slitting his throat. And with the effects just not going well, a lot of the shoot and a lot of other stuff just not going well, I just thought, man, we had to drive from another location towns away to come back to just set up and do this one shot. And I thought, there's no way this is gonna go well. We're gonna shoot this until 2 o'clock in the morning. I gotta work tomorrow morning. We gotta get everybody out of here. And it's not going to go well, and that's how the weekend, or the week is going to end. And instead it was great. It took one take, it looks fucking awesome, and we all got to like just laugh and hug and take a couple photos, and it wasn't the ending that I wanted, but it was just what I needed to like be able to go to work the next day and be like, cool, that, you know, we did something. Whereas I think if it would have been a really shitty shoot at the end, I would have probably not started editing the thing for a year, you know? Like, it just helped to kind of wrap things up in a bow for me. So that was a really nice moment, but I know that the last couple days were probably the most tense, and I know that when that last day was over, everybody was just like they were just so exhausted and ready for a break.
What, son? And we are done. I am done. I will see you in reshoots.
It was just me. Everything was comfortable here. Jay's done an excellent job. He's such a great guy, such a great director, such a great guy to work for, you know. And then Shelby too. Shelby did an excellent job on set, you know, making sure everybody was okay, make sure everybody that was on the wardrobe. I really did not want to piss off Shelby at all because she kind of scares me a little bit.
There are definitely elements of me and maybe. I think she's kind of sassy and you know, she's got spunk, and I like to think that I do as well. She's kind of the life of the party, which is fun. Not that I am, but like, you know, something to aspire to. Definitely this is my first time doing anything though that's like horror, so that's very different. I'm not really like a screamer and a crier, so it's been challenging but really fun. I do a lot of theater actually, and that was my background, but I started doing film kind of in the last couple of years and really have fallen in love with it. They're two really different things. And in terms of what parts I normally play, I usually play like a lot of like funny best friends and that kind of thing, so it's fun to be like the leading lady for a change. I definitely loved getting dragged, like kicking and screaming out of the staircase. That was a really good time, and I can't wait to see what that shot looks like. It was kind of funny because I never practiced my scream, I guess. Before I got here, I was like, well, I know I'm gonna have to scream, and I'm just gonna like start it, and whatever comes out, comes out. And so it's been, you know, experimenting with different kinds of screaming and like throwing some crying in there too, and just seeing what works.
When I first talked to Jason about the role of Brad, I felt like it was a great fit because I used to play in a hardcore punk band, you know, and I had some friends who were straight edge, and I still do, and just the whole concept of the film, I was familiar with that scene in a way, and so it kind of brought me back my days playing in the punk rock band, and I felt like that was kind of key in preparing for the character even, and I had a lot of fun with it. I got to listen to some great music, got to attend house shows, got to get lots of blood on me, and you know, have a fight or two, so it was a good time. The whole film, I enjoyed it.
It's really good. I mean, there's a lot more technical stuff like that, but everything that I've seen is looking really good, and I'm having fun playing one of the killers and stuff like that, so it's not like a character I've done before, but it's fun. I did his last movie, Night Terrors, and then When I Die, and then just little goofy movies we did growing up together and stuff like that.
I'm sure everyone says it's bittersweet. That's a decent word for it, but like I'm excited to get to the next thing because I'm gonna go home and have a day off, and then I'm right back into something else. And I'm gonna miss everybody for sure, but I'm fully expecting to run into them again. But yeah, no, I'm excited to go home and then get on to the next project.
It was a really ambitious project, and I think we did a really good job with it. Definitely gonna have to do some pickups, but I think what we get's really good. So it's gonna be really interesting to see how it all cuts together.
James survives. Let's just say that. We'll end it with that. James does survive. But no, in all seriousness, thank you, Shelby. Thank you, Jay. I love you guys so fucking much. You guys don't know how much this means to me. Honestly, I'm your kid on goddamn Christmas. Honestly, this is all to you. This you guys gave me my start, and you guys will forever be in my heart. You guys giving me my fucking start. You guys are fucking awesome, and we will be working together again one day. So, and everyone else, cast and crew, Sam, it was a fucking pleasure. So, I guess that's it. Straight edge.
I found people in Lafayette is very nice, very willing to help, and I don't think I really have seen anybody like that for a long time, especially in LA, because everything in LA, they're very professional, it's their job, but they don't have this kind of warmness anymore because they want to make it very nice and neat. They have their position all the time. So it's kind of like stepping on too much if it's another people's job. So I think it doesn't have to be always like very organized or always need to be something like big movie city like New York or LA. You can make movies all way. That's how I know from this shoot.
It was sort of a perfect first feature for me out of film school. You know, you go to LA and you sort of learn the big proper studio way of making a film, and you come to expect things to be done a certain way, the way that they're done in Hollywood. And to come back to Indiana and just do a DIY film with a Blackmagic pocket camera and just, you know, pull it off by the skin of our teeth with whatever gear we got, and sort of, you know, not really follow the industry rules and just do it our way is sort of a great experience, just a reminder of what filmmaking is supposed to be about. It's not really about union, it's not about money, and it's not about fame. It's about making something and collaborating with people and having a good time. So that's what we did.
I really like all the crew members in the shoot. Didn't have a lot of time to hang around, but it's been pleasure to work with all of the characters.
I wouldn't take it back. I will say that. That's been a big question for me. And I think it's been a question that's like rotated between people for a long time too. Not about this movie, just about all of it in general. Like my buddy Rob, you know, he asked me at one point, he's like, if you could have the money to make a movie or like buy a new toy, like a truck, like a rat rod, what would you take? And I didn't have to think about it. I'm like, movie? And he's like, really? Like to him, that's a shock. That's weird to him. And to me, it's like, if I could, even after having to work my shitty job for the rest of my life, if that's what I have to do, but I still could get money or continue to fund the next project, I could be pretty satisfied with that life. I definitely want more. I want to be able to quit my shitty job and just work on movies full time, because it's insane how much I would get done then. But really, it's just I just want to keep doing this till the day I die. I do. And it, you know, during the shoot, there were those times when I would literally say to people like, this is my last movie. Not because I'm satisfied and I'm moving on, but like, I'm fucked, man. This has been so frustrating. I don't think what we got's worth a damn. I spent too much money, blah, blah, blah. And now it's like, what was I talking about? Like, hopefully we're going to make our money back and then some. But even if we don't, like, I had a good time. And I thoroughly enjoy this movie so far. Like, yeah, there's stuff I wish would look differently, but it's like, we spent less on the entire feature, everything, all in. We spent less than a lot of productions spend on one camera, just the body of that camera. And so, for what we spent, I think what we got is pretty incredible. And like I said, I can't wait to do it again.